Okay, so today we have Sinead O'Connor, The Emperor's New Clothes. Gonna try to watch a video here today. And of course, she passed away on July 26th, 2023, of course. And I've always, I've gotten requests for her. I've been thinking about doing a song for a while, actually. And, and then she passes away, of course, on July 26th, like I said. And, people have said, you should react to something from her. Of course, I've heard Nothing Compares to You, her cover from Prince. I mean, that song was huge, and, I've heard that multiple times, but I've never delved into any of her other work. And I do feel like it's kind of, I don't know, rude to react to someone after their, soon after their death. But, people, again, have requested it, and I'm doing this with the utmost respect, of course. So anyway, gonna want, because, again, I want to listen to her music. So anyway, here we go. The Emperor's New Clothes. Let's go. I'll stop talking now, and let's see what's going on. My goodness. Yeah.
Seems years since you held it, baby, while I wrecked the bedroom. You said it was dangerous after Sunday, and I know you love me. Hit things I just became famous, and that's hurt and messed me up. But it's gone. How could I possibly know what I want when I was only 21?
Oh.
There's millions of people to offer advice and say how I should be, but they're twisted and they will never be any influence on me, but you will always be. You will always be. If I treated you mean, I really didn't mean to.
The dance moves.
You know how it is and how a pregnancy can change you. I see plenty of clothes that I like, but I won't go anywhere nice for a while. All I want to do is just sit here and write it all down and rest for a while. I can't bear to be in another city, the one where you are not. I would return to nothing without you if I'm your girlfriend or not.
Ooh, ooh.
Maybe I was mean, but I really don't think so. You asked if I'm scared, and I said so. Everyone can see what's going on. They laugh 'cause they know they're untouchable, not because what I said was wrong.
Oh. Ooh.
Whatever it may bring, I will live by my own policies. I will sleep with a clear conscience. I will sleep in peace. Maybe it sounds mean, but I really don't think so. You asked for the truth, and I told you. Through their own words, they will be exposed. They gotta solve their case of the Emperor's New Clothes. The Emperor's New Clothes. The Emperor's New Clothes. The Emperor's New Clothes.
Damn. Okay, so there it is, Sinead O'Connor and the Emperor's New Clothes. So with Sinead O'Connor herself and with the song, it's like, because I want to talk about Sinead, of course, because again, she passed away, and I want to say, what I feel and what I've seen over the last week about her. But of course, Sinead and the and the song itself intertwine with each other, of course, because I didn't expect this to be such a autobiographical tune. Obviously, she's talking about her own struggles, her own issues, her own problems, and I'm glad that I picked this song because it's so real and it's so raw and it's so. And I can see it, back here in 1990, I can see some people finding this to be, taboo, talking about being a young mother with, your boyfriend. And I know she came from a Catholic, very Catholic family. And again, I don't know everything about Sinead, but, I've seen things over the past week after, her death and all these tributes that come out and people talking about her. And obviously we know that her mother wasn't the nicest. And of course, the only other thing I knew her for was the SNL thing that she, where she ripped up a picture of the Pope, which I believe belonged to her mother. So there again, it's just, the anger she felt, the frustration she felt, the pain she felt, just all came out on live TV. And of course, people say that that's where, her career was ruined or whatever. And I did see a quote, people talked about recently, of course, because of her passing, where it was something along the lines of, where she said, like, my career wasn't ruined because of that. I just didn't let, somebody making money off of me go buy another yacht or something like that. So again, she was she had so much confidence. She was so self-assured. She was so unapologetically herself. And again, that's what comes through in this freaking song. Because I feel like I'm getting hyped up. But that's what comes across in this song. Because again, she's talking about these things that, some people don't go through. Especially, it's more, common, I would say, today to be, a young mother, unmarried, whatever. But I believe she was married to her husband here. Of course, the drummer for her on the song, John Reynolds. But anyway, it's just a young mother and, talking about, here as well, the short hair. Some people look at that and be like, why is her hair so short? Whatever. It's just like, you should have long hair and all. I don't know, just these things that people would find taboo. And Sinead just came out and just, said, fuck you all, kind of, in a way. Like I said, she was just so so herself. And she didn't really care what other people thought. And that, like I said, that really comes across in the SNL stunt, as they say. But which was just so, obviously badass. Goddamn. And again, she had, you could tell just with her ripping up the friggin' picture or whatever, you could just see the friggin', like I said, the anger that she had. It's just like, she was building that up for so long to, do that. And I just love how she took fame, and she really wanted to prove, she wanted to take her fame and her popularity and, talk about real, problems. Talk about, talk about the Catholic Church, talk about, which we've, come to find out, is not the best. Talk about all these issues that, she wanted to take her career and just, raise awareness to issues she felt needed more awareness, whatever. It's just, I don't know, she was so, just obviously a trailblazer and before her time and ahead of her time. And so that's just really what freaking comes across for me anyway. But just to talk about the song in general, obviously the lyrics and such are a little bit more dark than the sound here, because the sound of the song is very upbeat. You'd also say pretty jangly. How the song starts off with, the I want to say the drum beat, whatever, the sticks or anything, whatever. And then, we go right into it. And like I said, it's an upbeat tune. And of course, Sinead is dancing on the stage there. And I like also before, again, I don't know if the video is going to be blocked or not, but we'll see. But anyway, I liked how in the video there, the people are shuffling in or whatever, and Sinead is, pacing back and forth on the stage, and it's almost like you could just, at least for me, I understood that, like, she just came off Nothing Compares to You, and it's just like, how the hell are you going to top that? And you have all these people coming in waiting for the next big thing and waiting for, like, you can see she's kind of nervous and she wants to prove a point in some way. And she just really came across well in the video and just kind of explained everything without talking about what it is. It just kind of came across on the screen, and there it was. Talking about, again, her nervousness, talking about, being herself when you get this big, and, talking about being pregnant and all this stuff. And it's just so raw, and it's so deep. And I couldn't get enough of it. But anyway, And I talk about how the song is like jangly and such, and I think one part of that has to be who was on bass here, which I found out, halfway through the song pretty much. Andy Rourke is on bass, of course, from the Smiths, who also just passed away recently too. My God. Anyway, and of course I talk about jangly, the jangle style, because of course, the Smiths, jangle pop, hello, indie pop, indie jangle, indie pop, whatever the frick. But anyway, so I just love to see that Andy Rourke was on bass on this one. I didn't expect that. Again, I don't know too much about Sinead O'Connor, so I didn't know who she worked with, but I just love to see Andy's name here. That is just beautiful. But anyway, to talk about again, Sinead was of course on vocals. She wrote the song. And on acoustic guitar. John Reynolds on drums, Andy Rourke on bass, like I said, and Marco Perroni, I want to say, on electric guitar. So just the four of them here. But again, I just love how they, they set the background here for, like I said, it's an upbeat sound. But Sinead's vocals are obviously the focal point, and just so powerful, it's so graceful. And I talk about, I don't know if I already said it or not because I took a pause, but in Nothing Compares to You, she, obviously I feel like she belts out more, she yells more, whatever, she shows off her chops a little bit more. And in this one, I feel like she almost teases you because again, you can hear that she has such a bite to her voice. It's just like, Jesus Christ. And you can tell if she really wanted to, she could just, yell out and just have such a yelp and such a scream or whatever. And and like I said, it's almost like she's teasing you because it's just like you can tell it's there, but she kind of just stays, at a certain pace or whatever throughout the song. But yeah, I don't know. I just really enjoyed that part too. So anyway, I want to get to some of these lyrics because I'm, talking a lot. But again, I've never been able to talk about Sinead until now. But anyway, so with the first verse, it seems years since you held the baby while I wrecked the bedroom. My dog is scratching herself. Anyway, you said it was dangerous after Sunday, and I know you loved me. He thinks I just became famous, and that's sure to mess me up, but he's wrong. And again, just for me, looking at this, he thinks I just became famous. What I thought was, because again, I don't know if she's talking about John here, because she's talking about, it seems like years since you held the baby, if she's shading John in any way. But again, John's on the track, so maybe not. Either way, he thinks I just became famous. And, again, I guess what I get is because, of course, Nothing Compares to You just came out. And that attracted a lot of people, and I feel like some people might think, she just became famous, when actually she was, around before, that song. So anyway, that's what comes to my mind. It also goes on, how can I possibly know what I want when I was only 21? There's millions of people who offer advice and say how I should be, but they're twisted and they will never be any influence on me. But you will always be. So also, when she says that, maybe it's just like, again, because there's a relationship here, which I guess would be talking about John. And she's kind of saying, you will always be there for me. You'll always have kind of an influence on me, I feel like. But all these other people who are, giving me all this advice suddenly, it's just like, you will never know what I want to be, kind of a thing. So again, I feel like I'm getting a little philosophical here, but anyway, and again, I just love how raw the song is, because she talks about, how would I know what I want when I'm only 21? Again, it's just, she's so real here. She's so truthful. It's nuts. Anyway, and then the chorus here, I like this a lot. I love her lyrics here. If I treated you mean, I really didn't mean to, but you know how it is, and how pregnancy can change you. And again, you talk about pregnancy, and again, it's just like, of course, you get a little bit more fed up when you're pregnant. You get a little bit more cranky, all this stuff. I mean, goddamn, you're carrying around a baby. Anyway, so I just like that. Anyway, going on, I see plenty of clothes that I like, but I won't go anywhere nice for a while. All I want to do is sit here and write it all down, rest for a while, going on and on. Again, feeling, talking about the pregnancy, I guess, just wanting to rest. And going on, this is the other chorus I was really talking about that I really like. Maybe I was mean, but I really don't think so. You asked if I'm scared, and I said so. So just the whole point of maybe I was mean, but I really don't think so. It makes me think again, because again, 2 years later when she would do the thing on SNL, where people said, I guess some people would say that's mean, whatever. And some people would say, it's just like, oh, she should, go to hell, all this stuff. It's just like, maybe you think that's mean, but I really don't think so. I don't think it was mean. And that, because I know the song came up before that incident, but at the same time, I feel like it fits so well with that event, because it's just to talk about, because again, we find out, not too long after, whatever, 10 years later, or whatever it was, that, the Catholic Church was hiding some things. I mean, my God. Anyway, everyone can see what's going on. They laugh because they know they're untouchable, not because what I said was wrong. And I mean, Jesus Christ, these lines here again, I feel like I messed it up, so I want to say it one more time. Everyone can see what's going on. They laugh because they know they're untouchable, not because what I said was wrong. It's just like, these lines are so poignant, and they're so real, and again, they're truthful, and she's spitting facts, as they say. And again, I talk about, the SNL thing. It's just like, these people think they know what I did wasn't, what I said, not because what I said was wrong. They're just mad that it happened. It's just I don't know. She was so ahead of her time even here, before what she did on SNL. And I just keep talking about that, but that's, what is just on my brain. But anyway, I just can't say it enough. She's so freaking real for all this. Anyway, maybe it sounds mean, but I really don't think so. You asked for the truth, and I told you. Again, she's just like, you wanted the truth, and I'm going to be honest with you. That's what you get with Sinead O'Connor. Honesty. I'm hyped up, I feel like. Anyway, the outro here. Through their own words, they will be exposed. They've got a severe case of the Emperor's New Clothes. The Emperor's New Clothes. And again, this was very catchy at the end here, the Emperor's New Clothes, when she repeated that. And then we end off the song. But again, it's just like, they will be exposed. It's just like, oh, damn. Again, there's so much fire, and there's so much passion here, and there's so much angst, and every word she talks about is, everything she says is purposeful. It's said with a purpose. It's nothing is filler. And it's just like, I don't know, that's what really comes across for me with Sinead here. I talk about, again, what a person she was, what a trailblazer, what a badass. I mean, my God. And to some people, again, they hate her or whatever for what she did and all this stuff. Religious people, I know that and such. Catholics, whatever. They hate what she did with that picture, and they hate whatever, about her being a young mother and whatever, and what she stood for. But again, she was herself. She was unapologetically herself. She did not care, what you thought. She was content with what she did, and she could sleep at peace at night. Sleep in peace at night. But anyway, that's what really came across with Sinead here. And like I said, again, I'm really glad that I did this song, because again, it's so talks so much about Sinead herself, and the issues she went through at such a, coming into the music business here at such a young age, and being pregnant and having these issues and such, and coming from kind of a broken family and all that stuff. It's just, my God. So anyway, of course, rest in peace to Sinead O'Connor. I really wish I reacted to her when she was alive. I mean, my God. And yeah, this isn't the first time that's happened where somebody's passed away, where if, I was going to react to them before, and then they passed away, and I felt like, oh my God. But anyway, it's just, and then I feel kind of bad for reacting to them after they're gone, and I feel like that's a little bit rude or whatever. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. Really appreciate all the support. And again, just for Sinead O'Connor, I mean, that's her whole message, I feel like. And again, I don't know everything about Sinead, I don't know whatever. But I feel like, what she really wanted people to do is just be themselves. It's just be happy with who they are themselves, and don't be fake, and don't try to be someone you're not, kind of a thing. That's what really comes across to me. So anyway, rest in peace to, like I said, an iconic Irish musician, you would say, but also just an iconic female musician, an iconic musician altogether. Her words were so, just razor sharp, and that's what really came across here. So anyway, thanks again for watching. I know this video is so long, but anyway, I'm sorry about that, but I'll talk to you guys again soon.